You're just giving a thumbs up, and we're ready to go. The Pokemon Stadium 2, what a
As
surprise!
usual. And now Glutonny immediately trying to get on that bike. He does, and he gets across the stage, but he gets nothing out of it. Instead, he gets punished. Mystery receiving him with the sword, and now Mars also trying to get into that barrier, but no, neither one of the swordies has yet to take any damage. They're just hitting each other, hitting their shields, and finally Mr. R takes the hit on that one.
Exactly. And now we see that Glutonny is taking a lot of damage from Mars. I see that Mars is gonna take a lot on Glutonny during this set. I believe that Glutonny doesn't have such a great matchup against against Mars in general. I didn't know that there's many Cersei Samus in Europe.
Yeah, there probably isn't. I remember that Quick used to play as Yurzut. I don't know if he does anymore. I think he plays regular Samus now, but don't quote me on that one. Now back into this, Mr. R once again being the one tanking. He barely is taking any hits, and yeah, Mars with this now trying to take the offensive onto Mr. R, trying to recover stage control that Mr. R keeps so well.
Exactly. And now, as soon as I say that, they're gonna change opponents. Once again, it's gonna be Mars against Glutonny, and now Mystery is just gonna play the support role. Glutonny is just tanking with that dash attack against them.
The forward tilt from Mr. R is going to take him down, you know? Mr. E just loses his first stock, and now Mars has to tank it. Glutonny, however, yep, positioning him for a bait, but no. That Beata Shell is going to do it, and Mars loses his stock too. Mr. R, no surprises here, living a lot longer.
Yeah, because he's just playing on the back of the match. He's just waiting for the time that he can just explode with Crumb's punish game, but he's just not playing that neutral much. He knows that Glutonny can tag neutral while he just stands by and waits for the time that he can lead some support for Glutonny.
Yes, and Glutonny just trying to capitalize on... Oh no, the SD! Well, there's so much for tanking.
Yeah, that was so much for tanking. But even so, this still looks pretty even for both these players. Europe with a little bit more of lead against these two USA players. Glutonny is playing such a great role against Mystery. Now we're in an edge guard situation. There's not going to be any edge guard. Mystery with the up tilt, recognizing the situation and punishing Glutonny's normal getup.
Yep, and the normal getup right there. Nobody, I mean, here's the thing. They haven't been that effective when punishing any getup from Glutonny. Also, they're pretty afraid of that waft. So I guess that's another reason why they want to approach so much. They would rather just grab him and throw him away. And it has been working so far. Oh no, Glutonny going pretty deep trying to give Mars, but no, at the end of the day, it's Mr. R who takes away Mr. E's stock.
And now we see that Glutonny also on the left side of the stage. He's just gonna try to bait something out of Mars. And Mars finally takes the up smash, approaching the situation, taking advantage of the situation out of that parry with the bike. And now Mystery is gonna try to challenge Glutonny, and he's doing actually a really great job right now, but he's being juggled a little bit. Mars on the right side of the ledge, trying to take stage control once again. But Mr. R's forward tilt, a little bit clutch, takes on Mars' stock.
Yep, taking on Mars, and now well, what to say? I mean, Mr. R has just been tanking it so well. He would need to SD once again for the blue team to really have any chance. Right now, he is just there for Glutonny to seal his stock if he needs it. And Glutonny, ready for the waft. Is he going to take it on Mars? I would take it on Mars, to be honest. No! Mr. R doesn't make it back.
No, he doesn't make it back. Mars did an excellent job on that edge guard, and now he's going to try to challenge Glutonny on the air, because that's exactly where Mars shines. He's really such an expert at juggling, he's such an expert at edge guarding, and that's where he's got to focus his attention. But Mr. E is finally taking his last stock, and now we see a 2v1 between Mr. R and Glutonny against Mars. But Glutonny lasting on his 125%. It's going to be really hard for them unless Glutonny plays the support role. But he's got one of them, dog.
Yep, and also that waft is ready. He just needs one slide opening. Oh no, but Mars takes him down.
Such a great weakness from Mars.
He can get the comeback. Is this going to be the beginning of the comeback? He gets the neutral airs.
It's going to be the beginning of the combat, taking in consideration that this matchup is not in favor whatsoever of Crumb, unless he punishes what Mars has to offer. Mars trying to take some stage control against him. Such quick parries from Mr. R. He's really clutching it against Mars.
And really, trying to go off stage? I don't think so, buddy. Mars with the flip kick gets back into the stage. And now Mr. R has to catch him on the air, trying to juggle him, but no. Mars getting back onto the stage with no problem. But the back air, goodbye.
Finally, the jab to attack cancel back air, taking the stock, and Mr. R is looking a little bit sweaty. He was sweating against Mars. That was such a bad matchup that I didn't thought that Mr. R could clutch it out.
Well, look, he barely did anyway. Like, Mars has the neutral game down. He just needed to think of his options a little bit better. Even then, Mr. R's reaction time has been amazing through the years, so there's just a little surprise here. I mean, he made it, but still, they're both really good players, both PGR too, so yeah. Everybody here is PGR actually.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So right now we're gonna go to game number 2. Yes, it's game number 2.
Game
It
2.
just started. It felt a little bit long though. They're really taking their time to take off their stocks. They're playing pretty patient in neutral.
Yeah, but now it's a smaller stage, so everyone is going to be a lot more explosive in this
And
one.
chaotic.
Yep, chaotic too.
So right now we're gonna see that Mr. E is gonna take on Mr. R. It's a fight from Mr. to Mr. And we see that Mr. E is winning this fight so far.
ER. Emergency room. Take them to the emergency room right now. But yeah, Mr. R is the one trying to take Lucina to the emergency room, and so is Mars. I mean, look at him, just flying around everywhere. That sword is swinging. Crom is looking to take some blood to his house.
And now we see that Mr. R is putting so much pressure on the left side of the stage. He's really doing so well. That spot dodge was unfortunate, and now he's on an edge guard situation, but that air dodge actually saved him so far. Such a great parry from Mr. R, and that wave bounce. He's just playing so clean with his aerial movement.
That slap won't do it. Mars barely living, but with some good DI, he can make it back. And now Glutonny is also off stage. Mr. R is going to go try to catch him. The forward tilt that doesn't connect. And now Mars' side B. Will he take both? Barely doesn't.
That side B almost killed both of them. I don't know how Mr. R survived out of the both two. I'm sorry. So right now we see that Mr. R is going to try to edge guard a little bit from Mars. In the meantime, Mr. E is going to take on Glutonny, and he's actually doing well against him. Mr. R being able to finally take the stock from Mars, and he's trying to go for Mr. E in the meantime.
With the forward smash, Mr. R trying to punish any kind of, losing his shield or whatever from Mars. It doesn't connect either. These are hot dogs. Awesome. They brought us some food, guys, finally. Anywho, Mr. E with some pretty high percents too. 128%. He is just waiting there for any openings. He's trying to get Glutonny. He doesn't. And now, with the neutral get up, no, okay. Mr. R catching his landing. Perfect forward tilt. And now Glutonny is the target, but he is charging the waft, and Mars, will he make it back?
He actually makes it back. That was actually pretty clutch from Mars, and he almost took the stock from Glutonny with that obvious shield. He's played out his mind. The offense was not enough to take Glutonny. Mr. E is just trying to put a situation for juggling for Mars so he can take on Glutonny's stock as soon as possible.
Oh, but Mr. R losing his zone as well. That stings because now they have a pretty big disadvantage. The disadvantage situation for the red team. It's looking a lot different than it was just a few minutes ago. Mars still with a pretty big percent on his head, but Mr. E losing his stock so early. Mr. R with the great awareness, he just takes him down.
Okay, and now we see that Glutonny is going to try to take on Mars. He has to take that stock as soon as possible so he can just keep up and tries to change the momentum between these two teams right now. Mr. E is taking a lot of damage from Mr. R's frame traps. That was such a great call from Mr. R, just taking on that roll in.
Yes, sir, and also Glutonny with that waft charge does lap to Sirajit Samus, and he is ready to let it rip. He just needs to get rid of Mr. E.
And that's looking pretty even, considering that he's got the waft on deck. He's not going to waste that anytime soon. He knows that he's got to take it on Mars, and he's just waiting for the situation that puts him on the advantage to do so. Right now, Mr. E is trying to pressure on Mr. R. Mr. R punishing the whiff grab by Mars.
Yes, and also, oh no, Glutonny lets it rip and he doesn't hit anybody. That would have been the clutch factor. And now Glutonny is going to have to work twice as hard to get any kills. Mr. R2, he has the tilt, he has the forward airs and the back airs, Will Glutonny do it? Okay, barely makes it back onto the stage thanks to Mars, but now they're both looking at a pretty big disadvantage situation. Goodbye with the up out of shield.
The up out of shield coming clutch from Mr. E, and now we see that Mr. R is taking on a 2v1, and I don't see this being any good for him. But even so, this is looking pretty good.
Oh, the counter!
That counter! That such awareness coming from Mr. E, taking that stock from Mr. R. This looking even, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy. I mean, these are some pretty good sets, to be honest. Like they're both they're both giving it their all, you know. And okay, where are we going to go now? We can't go to Garden of Hope, guys. Come on.
There's no mayonnaise whatsoever on this hot dog.
Also, hearing all the hype on the venue.
That's gonna be probably from the crew battles.
Yeah, it's the crew battles, definitely. We have some crew battles going on right now. I know that Mexico is getting pretty far into it. Guadalajara too, Querétaro. I don't know about the rest, but there are many crews that are pretty competent.
Exactly. And we're just gonna take it down. They're just gonna take it down so they can try to plan something else. They're just gonna counter pick. Now we see. Oh, for a moment I thought that Glutonny was gonna take on Snake, but nope. We're just gonna get a run back from these two teams.
It would be cool to see a switch in characters right there, but hey, we just have what we have. And now in Final Destination, the sorties are having a breeze. Mr. R just taking on both of them. He barely took any damage right there. He was taking on a 2v1. I mean, come on, that was amazing.
That was actually pretty brave from Mr. R, considering he's the one that can be put in disadvantage the most from these two players.
And Mars was about to be gamped.
And now we see that Glutonny is playing on the support role while Mr. L is just tanking on the neutral against these two players. That's actually such a great change of plan, and I want to see how it's going to develop. Right now we see that Glutonny is on the Edgar situation, but we see the stop canceling from Mr. E.
Yeah, forcing Mr. E to air dodge. I mean, yeah, that conditioning from Glutonny, he knew, Mr. E knew, sorry, that he wasn't really going to get back on stage in a healthy manner, so he had to air dash to prevent anything else, but no, he wouldn't make it back. And now Glutonny, okay, barely makes it back too. Like, those footstools can be so scary, but the top players never tremble on the face of a footstool.
Exactly. And now we see that Mr. R finally takes Mars' stock, and he's playing such a great role being the one that's up front. And now we see that Mr. R is trying to take his way in. He whips a grab and take a punish out of it. Mr. E with the parry from the first hit up in there doesn't get much out of it. In Glutonny on edge guard situation, Mr. R brings such a great role against Mars at this moment.
Yes, because, with the up B, he wasn't ready for that, just a bit of a distraction, but hey, that costs him big time. You really need to have some synchronization with your partner.
Yes, exactly. And now we see that Mr. E is trying to play some pressure against Mr. R, being the one with the largest sword between two of them. Okay.
Oh dear.
So, yeah.
Just taking it back. I mean, come on. Mr. E also looking with a pretty big, with some pretty high percent. The flip kick from Zero Suit Samus is going to take down Glutonny's first stock. Here's the thing, first stock. I mean, look at that disadvantage in percent. Mr. R is also looking kinda unhealthy, but not as bad as Mr. E. He is just about to lose it. And Mr. R puts Mars in an edge guard situation. He makes it back, but here's a 2v1.
Exactly. So now we see that Mr. E is having all the control against Glutonny, and that tech saved Glutonny from being dead and finally getting the forward tilt against both of these two players. Glutonny taking the stocks from both of them. That was such a great play by this player.
I mean, come on, man. Like, they're down 2 stocks. I really think that they need to switch targets. They need to switch game plans. They're still playing the separate 1v1s. Look at that. I mean, yeah, they're together, but it's only one of them that's attacking. That's the problem. They're just trying to split them apart. They should attack them both together.
Exactly. But now see that Glutonny is playing such a great role, being the one that takes down Mr. E right now, but finally losing the stock. Mr. R being the one with the most stocks, but sitting on that 125%, taking on Mr. R, Mr. E, and now trying to take a stock from Mars. Ooh.
Oh no, barely makes it back.
Yes, and now we see that Mr. E is going to try to take on Glutonny, and
the forward smash
from Mr. R.
Amazing read. Oh, look, the boost kick. He's trying to capitalize off of this, but no, Mr. R.
He just buried the...
Yeah, he parried it. I mean, what the heck? These guys are amazing. They do practice parrying. Do it, guys. You should practice parrying, even if it's hard.
Yeah, exactly. And now we see that Mars is in on his last stock, 86%. He just grabbed release and took that forward smash like a champ. And now we see that Europe team is sitting on a 2-1 against the USA team.
Yes, sir. The USA team having some issues facing Europe. I mean, if you were to tell me who the favorites were going into this, obviously knowing that Mars and Mystery came from winners bracket, I would say that they were the favorites. But now they're really having some troubles facing these matchups. Wario in particular is giving them a lot of headaches, and Mr. R with the Crom, he's just there ready to prevent any kind of accidents happening to Glutonny.
Exactly. And I hope that we see a change of plan for Mars and Mystery so they can take more on this set. It's looking pretty. It was looking pretty solid from Team Europe against both of these two players. But now we're gonna go back to Smashville. We're gonna see how this develops from here. Now Mr. R is gonna take on Mystery, and that was such a great counter. Now Mr. R is pretty much dead.
No, he won't make it back.
That was such a great play, edge guard from Mr. E against Mr. R. Recognizing the situation, he knows that that's his disadvantage state. That's what he wants to punish, and he wants to take advantage of.
Yes, indeed, taking advantage of every single opening they can find. Mr. R already taking some pretty big damage on his second stock. Mars, however, tanking it pretty well, playing a pretty great defensive game with a great offense. Mr. E is the one suffering from this now, but there is really nothing to worry about when you have Mars by your side. He is taking care of Glutonny. He is the one who gets Mr. E to, well, he gives him some breathing room.
Exactly.
And really, Mars is throwing all the hitboxes he needs.
I didn't thought that Mr. E could make it back, and he didn't even have his second jump. But right now, we see that Team Europe is taking a lot of damage. Team USA is taking a really good game plan against both of these blue players. All the mindset changed and finally taking the stock from Glutonny.
Yes, Glutonny losing his first one as well. Mars, however, I mean, look at that. He's just tanking it so well. Finally, Mr. E is looking like he is in a disadvantaged situation. Will Mr. R do it? But no, the regular get up from him is gonna help to take away that stock.
And now we see
yes,
that Mr. R
does.
finally takes Mr. E's stock. And now we see the situation is a little bit more on their side, but it's still real hard for them. And finally, Mr. R being taken by Mars up smash. We see that the tables have been turned, and now it's all on USA's team side.
Yes, the USA team is really showing up right now. Mars with the boost kick to get back on stage. He was trying to fish, he was fishing for somebody to fall into it. He doesn't get anything out of it. He just goes back to the stage, but now he has Gluto in a pretty bad situation. Will he make it back into the stage? Yes, he does, but Mr. E is also there ready to cover for him, but no,
finally, Mr. R, I don't know who actually, I lost it, but Mars being taken on the first stock. It is, but the situation now is more doable because as we can see, they're totally on disadvantage. In this moment, they're wreaking havoc on this Europe team.
Breaking havoc indeed. Now, Mr. E, however, also on a pretty disadvantageous situation. Glutonny is doing a pretty good job surviving with that stock he has, and also he is charging the wall. So if he takes out Mars, well, this is looking like a pretty different situation. Not entirely disadvantaged so far.
But as we can see right now, Mr. E is finally
there it is.
taking the one, and both of them taking their stocks. They're sitting on their last stock, and that's such an unfortunate off match. Finally, wait, Mr. R had the last stock?
Yeah, Mr. R is on his last stop, so that's the big disadvantage right now. But Glutonny is right there to cover for his partner, and Mr. E too. The combo, yeah, it's totally doable. Oh, look at where the Crom side, he doesn't get it. But yeah, this would be an advantage right now. I think Glutonny is more than capable of taking on Mr. E. Mars is the real danger right now. Oh, the forward smash, dude!
They made it back, and now we see a 1v1 between Glutonny and Mr. E. I don't know how that happened or when that happened, but they were totally losing this game and about to lose this game. Well, they were losing this game in general, and now we see that probably Team Europe is gonna take this unless Mr. E plays out of his mind.
Yes, Mr. E has to play out of his mind. The best he has ever played in his Smash career, but it's not looking like it, to be honest. Glutonny getting every conversion he wants with the neutral B. However, Mystery gets him off. And now it's back to square one. But the neutral game, I think Glutonny is winning.
Exactly. But we don't have to sleep on Mystery. We're still talking about Lucina, and Lucina has a great matchup. But
Oh,
we're
no!
gonna see a stuck
Near
cancel.
dodge.
No, we're gonna go back to stage. It's 100% 5 against Mr. E's 80. And we see a situation of first guard. Such a perfect spawner, dude.
Dude.
Wow. That's such a great play by Glutonny.
And everybody
Amazing play.
claps. And here come MK, Leo, and